increasing your level of engagement with your followers, with your customers, with your students in live streaming platforms. That's what we're going to be talking about in this episode of Agile Digital Business. This episode is powered by Teach, Inspire, Connect. I am your host, Vickie Maris. I am glad you are here. Let's get rolling. Thank you for being here for this episode of Agile Digital Business. I really do appreciate your time. If you are new to the show, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. And if you are one of my returning listeners, it's so great to have you back. You might be wondering, where have I been? I put the podcast on a pause for just a few months while I was working on another project. I'll update you about that in just a little bit. I want to tell you what led me to all of this. It's been since last October. I added 30 minutes of silence to my daily routine. I usually include it in the morning. Sometimes I put the silence in the afternoon or the evening, but I have been very faithful to adding it to my routine on a daily basis. And it has been life-changing. One of the things that has happened during the period of time where I was initially adding silence to my routine was I was experiencing so much more self-awareness and realizing that I really needed to focus on one project and get that done and then take off on the other project. I am easily distracted, and I'm so fascinated with so many different topics. It is easy for me to get involved in different projects and different books that I'm learning from and different YouTube videos. You get the idea. In the silence, I was beginning to hear, hey, Vickie, slow down. Focus on this project. Focus on that project. Okay, now focus on that project over there. And I have been so much more productive, and the ideas have been coming to me for my clients, for my own projects at such a wonderful pace. And the ideas have been rich, and the things that I have chosen to engage in have been productive. And I'm seeing results. So if you haven't tried silence or meditation in your daily routine, I highly recommend it. I've been giving conference talks about it. I gave a talk at the Purdue Women's Conference in June about the results I've been seeing from adding silence to my daily routine. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful journey. I say all that to say that has led me to creating a new album. I just released it last week. It's called Another Universe. If you don't know that about me, let me tell you about that. I am a singer-songwriter. I have only, prior to this point, written a few songs here and there. I mostly have worked as a harmony vocalist, a rhythm guitarist, and an accordionist in my husband's band. My husband is musician Scott Greeson, and we have a band that tours around playing fairs and festivals and concert venues, and we just have a great time playing music. We've been together for over 20 years. Out of the silence, I started hearing song lyrics and melodies, and I was picking up my iPhone and using the voice memo app and recording those song ideas, and that has allowed me to write 9 new songs to go with the other 2 that I had written in previous years. So there are 9 new songs, making it a total of 11 on my new album, Another Universe. If you're curious to listen, you can hear it in any of the major streaming services, and I'll tell you about a couple of the other locations in just a second. So that's where I have been for part of my time. I have divided my day so that I allow myself to spend part of my day as a musician, and I have given myself permission to look at music as my work. I have such passion for it, and I found during the silence that through previous years, of my life, I had been pushing music into the corner as something that I could do when I had everything else done. No longer is it on the back burner. It's very front burner for me now. And I'm excited to share things about that in the upcoming episodes of the show. This particular podcast isn't going to be all about music, but I just wanted you to know why I was on pause for a while. And I am going to be starting a new podcast that will be about the behind the scenes of creating the songs and recording them in the studio. I worked with recording engineer and producer Michael Kelsey out of Indianapolis, and he did all the instrumentation on my songs. And so I'll be sharing some of that in that other show. I don't have it named yet, but I'll tell you more about that in future episodes of this show. So if you are interested, you can find that podcast. Both Michael and my husband, Scott Greeson, will be talking with me on the mics as we kind of banter about the creative process and what it was like as those songs came together and as we got them recorded. Well, for this episode, I want to share with you something that I had recorded now a couple of years ago, but the reason I'm bringing it up into the show is because I have a series of videos on my YouTube channel. You would search on Vickie J Maris in YouTube to find these videos about live streaming. And in this particular episode, it was 13 of the 14 live streaming episodes that I did, and I was using the platform of Facebook, so these were Facebook Lives. And I was sharing with you things that I was doing to increase engagement with my followers in that particular platform of Facebook Live. The techniques I'm going to be sharing with you in this upcoming content will also apply in Zoom or Microsoft Teams. So if you're looking for ways to better engage with your students, your colleagues, members of your group who are on a video call with you, I know you're going to find some tips that you can put into action. Thanks again for being here, and I look forward to bringing you the next episode. I'm going to get this podcast going again on a more regular basis. Not really sure yet the frequency, but I hope you'll stick with me. Hope you'll subscribe to the show if you're not subscribed already, and join me again on this journey. I have been making a daily goal to improve myself by at least 1% over the day before. Join me in that. Let's keep on learning. Let's keep on looking for ways that we can improve ourselves. Since you are here listening, I know that you like to use podcasts for doing that. I do too. All right, here we go. This is from my Facebook Live that I conducted as episode 13 of my 14-day challenge on doing a live stream every day for 14 days. If you would like to watch any of these as videos, they are all out on my YouTube channel, which is Vickie J Maris. And if you are curious about my new music, I have a new YouTube channel, actually 2 of them. So you can hear the studio recorded versions of the songs in all the major streaming platforms, but in YouTube, you would find them at a channel that's called Vickie Maris Topic. And then if you would like to see where I'm starting to upload shorts, videos, and also some live performance videos of my new songs, look for Vickie Maris Music. All right, here we go. In day 13 of this live streaming challenge, I want to start by asking you to just type a 1 or 2 word response into the comment section of this Facebook Live and let me know what caused you to click on the broadcast. My name is Vickie Maris. I have been challenging myself to do this 14-day live streaming challenge, and I know some of you have joined me by creating your own 14-day challenge of live streams. It's a great way to get practice in conducting a live stream. It might be in Facebook Live. It could be over on Instagram. There are many places where you can conduct a live stream and engage with your followers or with your students or with your customers. When I'm teaching instructors and teaching in the online environment, one of the things that I tell them is to take an online course, to experience learning in the online space. Well, I'd like to share that same lesson with you as you're getting more comfortable with conducting or delivering live streams in a platform like this one. It's a great idea to go watch other people who are conducting live streams. Find a page that you resonate with the topic area that they cover on a regular basis, and preferably a page that conducts Facebook Lives on a regular basis, or might be YouTube Lives or Instagram Lives. It doesn't matter where it is or which social media platform it is, but find one where you're interested in the topic, and then you be the consumer of the content and see what types of things that the person conducting that live stream does that cause you to engage. Are they asking questions? That's one of the things that I like to do early on in a broadcast, is ask a question. And something that's pretty simple for people to type a response to in the comments area, that doesn't take a long notebook for them to get out their response. And also something that would provide a variety of responses. I've noticed that the Facebook algorithm, and probably others, they seem to notice if you are asking a question where everybody might say the same response, where everyone might type yes, or they might all use the thumbs up emoji. But if you ask a question, an open-ended question that causes people to provide different responses, you might say, "Hey, where are you joining the broadcast from?" And then they type in their city or their state. Or maybe you ask, "Where in the house are you watching the Zoom call?" And they type in the kitchen, the living room, the patio. You get the idea. Give them opportunity to respond in a personal way that allows there to be different responses in the comments thread. Another thing I want to suggest is pausing so that you can look at the comments that you are getting and then respond to them. Go ahead and let people know that you're going to take a pause. And this is important if you're doing your live stream solo. If you have a team of people that are helping you and you've got tons of people engaging on your live stream, then you can have your team help you by watching the comments and responding on your behalf. Or they might let you know on occasion that there's a question that's coming up frequently and that you ought to add a response to that particular question in whatever it is you're teaching or sharing. But if you're doing the live stream solo, it's just you, and this is a great example. I'm conducting this live stream from a laptop. I'm conducting it in Facebook, and it is hard for me to watch the comments and also stay engaged by keeping my eyes looking at the lens of the built-in camera on my laptop. That's an important step, is to be looking right into that lens. So you might say something like, "I'm going to pause here for just a moment and take a look at the comments so that I can see the questions that you're asking and get a response to you." Or another thing you could do, if you feel like that would be too distracting, you could say, somewhere towards the front end of your broadcast, "I would love for you to type your comments and your questions, but know that I'm not going to be able to look at them as I'm teaching for the next 10 minutes. But at the end of the broadcast, after I've ended it, I will go back and read through your comments and questions and respond at that time. So please do come back to the replay of the broadcast and you'll find my responses there." So that lets people know that you aren't ignoring them, and it also gives them reason to come back and watch the replay. They might even want to then also share out the replay if you've responded to something that would be helpful to their own community. So there's a couple of different ways you can address that situation. I do encourage you to keep your Facebook Lives pretty contained, unless there might be a reason where they would be a really long event. But if you are instructing or if you're trying to inspire people about something, I would contain them to 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes in length. Do another Facebook Live or another live stream for that next topic instead of stringing them all together. All right, I'm going to wrap up with that. day 13 of the challenge, so I have one more video to go to end my 14-day challenge for you. Your homework, go out there, watch somebody else's live stream, and see what it is you're looking for that causes you to want to engage with that person. Note when it is that you are making comments, or when you're tapping that thumbs up button or the hearts button to provide some encouragement, or to say, yes, I resonate with that. Go try that. Take some notes while you're doing it, and then go conduct a live stream shortly after you have watched or participated in a few, and try some of the things that you were seeing other live streamers do as they were conducting Facebook Lives. It's been my pleasure to hang out with you and to share that bit of insight. I hope I have motivated you to go watch and participate in some other live streams to get ideas that you will use in your own. My name is Vickie Maris. You can find the previous live streams I've done in this 14-day challenge at my YouTube channel. And if you do a search on Vickie J Maris in YouTube, you can find all of the replays out there. I also have them in a playlist here on my Facebook page, VJ Maris. And I'm also cross-posting this particular live stream to the Teach, Inspire, Connect Facebook page that I run. So I can't see the comments at the moment from the Teach, Inspire, Connect page because that's the cross-posted page, but I'll go check that page in a little bit. And if you're watching from there, and if you've made a comment, asked a question, I'll address it specifically from that page. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you are having a great day. Are you ready to go try some of those techniques in your next live stream or your next Zoom call or Microsoft Teams meeting? Let me know how it goes. You can send me an email to agiledigitalbusiness@gmail.com. And I always love to read your reviews when you're out in the podcast app in which you listen to the show and you're leaving your rating and review. Those are not only helpful to the show, it helps the show reach more people, but they're very informative for me, and I pay close attention to them, and I evolve the show to best meet your needs as a listener. I will be here again soon with the next episode of Agile Digital Business. And don't forget, if you would like to hear my new songs, they are all within the album Another Universe, and you can find the album and the songs in any of the major streaming platforms. I appreciate your support of my music, as well as your support of this podcast. And I know several of you who are listening are clients of my business, Teach, Inspire, Connect. I appreciate you and truly enjoy working with you.